That's my dog. She's all up in my business because she wants to do something. She's been cooped up in the house all day because mom's been doing stuff. And she wants to go on a. I know. I know it's what you want to do. We're not ready though. Mom's got to do some stretching and then I will. Yeah. We're going to get started in just a couple of minutes. I'm going to play with her a little bit so that she settles down. You won't need anything for today's practice. If you would like to have a mat, you're welcome to. If you would like to bring a pillow to support you at all, you are welcome to do that as well. But we're going to do a more movement style flow. We've been doing some seated ones, and today I need some more dynamic stretching, not so laying on the floor. So we're going to do probably some standing positions, and then for sure like a forward lunge, a low lunge. Oh, yeah, does that feel so good? Mom, please play with me. Yeah, please. I got your leg. What are you going to do about it? Nothing. You're not going to do nothing about it. No, nothing. What do you do? Yeah, yeah. She's a good dog. We're teaching her a new trick. By we, I mean me. I'm teaching her a new trick. She's learning how to go over there. I'm using that as the phrase that I'm teaching her. We treat her, huh? That's how we get you to do stuff, is we give you treats. Because you love food. We have to keep her pretty lean because she's missing this front leg here. If she gets too heavy at all, it'll be too much for that shoulder to stabilize. Yeah, stop it. And so we have to keep her, we just have to give her exactly what she needs, huh? That's it for the amount of activity that you do. She's pretty lazy. She likes to lay around a lot. You're a couch potato. And they told us that. Huh, that feels good. Yeah, it feels so good. Huh? Yeah, you gonna let me stretch? She might be right here while we stretch today for a little bit, huh? Oh, yeah. Yeah. You want to play? Yeah, you do. You want to play? What are you gonna do? You gonna get me? You're so scary. Such a scary dog. Huh? You get your butt? I got your butt. Oh, yeah. Huh? That's a good girl. That's my good dog. Oh, yeah. Give me. What are you doing? What are you doing? All right, so I'm hanging out on the floor already. So we'll start there with our feet out wide, not too wide, honestly, just kind of a comfortable position. If you want to work on external mobility, you can pull your legs wider and press your hips forward. That's totally okay. Yeah, you're so silly. Um, I'm going to play here in the middle with her. And so, in order for me to do that comfortably, because I like playing on the floor with her, um, I kind of lift up through the crown of my head and then round over. This is like a hinging position in like a deadlift, is what you're doing with your hips, versus like rounding through the spine. So we're lifting up nice and tall, using the glutes, and then coming forward. You can relax through the feet if you want, or you can pull the toes up toward the shins. Totally up to you. See her? She's settling down. We did some playtime. Now her feels better. She's like, who are you talking to? Why are you being so weird, Mom? There's nobody here. She has no concept of what the internet is. It's adorable. Can you imagine a life like that? I think about how much of my life is learned online about the people and things that are going on around me, and how much I don't interact in person, like as much as I used to. And yet I still feel like I know what's going on in people's lives and I'm still a part of it, which is cool. Oh, yeah, hers relaxing. So as that position, you might notice the muscles start to relax as you're sitting there. If they do, you can come down a little bit further, or you can just allow gravity to kind of gently push you that direction, not forcing anything, but just letting the weight of the body be heavy, honestly. If you get tired of being in this middle position, you can walk your chest to the side and then come over an individual leg if you'd like. I'm going to switch and go to the other side. I demonstrated a lot of movement today, and I forgot how much energy that takes out of my body. For the first time in what feels like a very long time, I did not have the energy to get through the next portion of my day. I was at the gym. I had brought enough food with me, but then I had prioritized like chatting with people over eating. And I have to remind myself that even if I'm chatting and stuff, like I also have to be eating during those time periods so that I have enough energy to go and do the next thing. And part of that is being in a calorie deficit, right? I've been sitting in that calorie deficit for a little while. But it also is just like an adjustment to energy usage. Um, like if you use less energy in your body, it becomes harder to do more. You need a brush, girl. You got so much hair coming off. I bet you one of your boys would brush you. They would do it really nice. Camel would do it. All right. As you're ready, you can come out of that position. I'm going to bring my legs in, bring the soles of my feet together. Sorry if you can't see me, I can turn to the side. So soles of the feet are together. This one puts a little bit more hinge on the hip, and I feel tension in this side. Um, but it has changed actually. So we've been stretching together for a little while now. My hip on this side, I can feel a difference in it from doing the stretching every day. I'm giving myself a little foot massage here, using the hands to release the muscles and create stretch through the feet. Our feet do a lot for us, and we don't treat them with very much care. At least that's my opinion. Say thank you, feet. Thank you for all that you do for me. I feel like I'm in a season where I'm shifting toward gratitude for all the things that I have, that I've been like so hunkered down. I'm moving the massage up my legs. That feels really good. But I've been like so cooped up in thought, thinking of like, just how do I get to the next day? And sometimes that left me in a space where I forgot to be grateful for all the things that I have in life. Moving up over the knees. You can just push on the muscles. I kind of use the ends of my fingertips and massage into it. And then I'm extending my legs. That feels a little bit better for me. Coming out of that external rotation and into just kind of a neutral position. Your feet are about as wide as your hips. I could probably come closer to the screen. I'm afraid that I'll be really big on this screen, but I would like for you guys to be able to see. Stay there, little man. just using your fingertips across your body. Move through the upper body as you'd like in order to reach down and reach toward your toes. And use your fingers to kind of feel around. This is called innervation. And it's the process of teaching the nerves how to feel using your fingertips. And so as you run your fingertips over your body, your brain creates a pathway so that it understands how that muscle or how that area of the body feels. And we spend a lot of time in our body just ignoring the sensation of our body by not touching it. At least I do. I find that probably due to my upbringing that I feel sometimes uncomfortable touching my own body. And it's something, honestly, I had in my planner. Every single month I put down to check my breasts. And I tell you, I probably did it like twice in my whole life on my own. And I wish that I could have paid attention earlier, or that I would have paid attention earlier. And I think that it's probably due to my upbringing in a religious background. I thought we were going to do a really like energetic practice today. I literally on the outside of this was like, yeah, we're really going to stretch the muscles and we're going to do something really hard. And no, honestly, I moved one leg out to extend it and I bent the other leg, brought it in close. And then normally we shift toward the long leg, but in this one, I want us to shift toward the bent leg instead. And the reason is because this is the beginning of pigeon pose. So I know that a lot of people talk about having difficulty in pigeon pose. And so I think the other way I know it's called a 3-point glute or 4-point glute, something like that. But in yoga, it's known as pigeon pose. And so this positioning through the knee is the same as it would be if this leg was extended out behind you. And so in order to work toward being in that position, if you shift over this front leg, and then you can work on walking your chest down with this leg extended out to the side, and you walk your chest down over that leg. And you'll eventually come to some tension, right, along the inside of that thigh. And then you just hold there. And you teach your body to relax in that position. Think about letting the weight of the body be heavy. And you just wait there. And as your body kind of gets used to that position, if you want to come up, you can work towards shifting the leg back. I want us to go nice and slow though. So then moving the leg back, but not all the way back, but that's kind of the rotation that we're going on. So then doing the same thing, turning the hip over and coming down over that front knee. And you hold here for 30 seconds to a minute. If your chest comes down a little bit more and you're like me, you might be able to put your elbows down to support you a little bit. That's totally fine. And then again, walking your chest up, taking that leg back a little bit more. And then rounding forward. I think that sometimes in stretching, we get in such a hurry, really not even just stretching. Ooh, that hip is starting to cramp in that position. Yeah, because I've been neglecting it. That's the hip that bugs me. And I haven't been doing the stretch on the inside of the muscle like this, like I need to. And it's holding on tight in there. I think that that's probably a side effect of the radiation to that hip that I didn't realize that I had, is that that hip really holds on. I can feel it relaxing. That feels really good. She's distressed. She wants to go. That's so funny. All right. And then as you're ready, you can walk that leg back some more. I'm going to rotate just a bit and get into my pigeon pose. You can keep that leg pulled in if you'd like, or you can walk that shin forward. If you can, getting it to 90 degrees is the goal. Really, it doesn't matter. Whatever your kind of natural position in that leg is, like it's important to stretch into all the areas, but there's not really a perfect position for this. And then walk your chest down as much as you can. It's too much for me, actually. My leg was like, hey, I don't want to be down that low yet. So hanging out here. I have some pelvic floor instability. That's what I just realized in this position, is that I don't have the muscles of my pelvic floor and my low abdomen turned on in order to hold this position through the leg. And that's my glute med. Oh my gosh. It feels so much better. Just adjusting and turning on those other muscles in order to do the movement rather than forcing my body into the position. As your body feels ready, you can walk down some more. If it ever becomes too much, you can come out of the position. You might make your way back into it. You might not. Totally up to you. I'm going to go ahead and shift to working on the other side. So we started out with the leg extended, and then the other one's tucked in. I can feel the tension on this hip. And so rather than just forcing my hip down, even though it doesn't feel good, I'm going to come up here. I'm going to sit tall. And this is because of tension on this side of my leg. Can you believe it's only been 2 years ago I tore my ACL and meniscus? Or that I had surgery. I had surgery that June. Remember that? So the goal of this is to work my hip down, but so that all the muscles are turning on as I'm getting there. And then we're going to work in that position. So coming around to that front leg, right, with the knee bent, and then walking ourselves forward. Relax that glute on that side. Let that leg just be heavy. The top of my quad wanted to turn on to take over doing the work rather than relaxing. And so just letting that muscle relax. I'm walking myself back a little bit and working on pressing that hip down. I can feel tension on this side. So I'm rolling up. I have some low back tension that's happening. So finding the balance between all of them, engaging, again, it's through my pelvic floor and my low belly. I don't use those muscles properly. Honestly, it's again from my upbringing in that um, we didn't talk about, like, women are told that they should have a tiny belly and that their butt should stick out. That's what I learned, at least from my generation. That's what I learned. And so we stick our butts up in the air and we lose engagement through our belly, but we're being told to like suck it in. And so we lose that musculature in here, like it diminishes and it's not as strong because we're not actually using those muscles, which is where weightlifting comes in, because it can teach you how to feel those muscles because it puts them under incredible weight and stamina in order to use them consistently. As you're ready, you can move that leg back. I'm gonna scooch a bit more over here. For me, it's all in this knee. This knee is really tight right now, which means that I shouldn't be pushing forward that much. My hamstring is very activated right at this moment. So adjusting that, my knee is coming up. My body is telling me that it wants to be pulled. So I'm just putting a little bit of tension toward myself using my arms back on that knee. My foot is staying on the floor, but yours might come up. But I'm pushing the hip in the socket so that I can feel my glute turning on that side by putting it under tension. Yep, and I'm gonna walk that hip back. Nope, can't do it there. I'm gonna extend my legs out long. It feels better right at the moment. We're coming back to that original position that we were in with our legs out long. In the beginning, we were just kind of resting in this position. I'm going to do a little bit of work here at the end, actually. I'm thinking about my upper back. And so I'm reaching my arms out, but keeping my shoulder blades pressed down. Putting weight into my palms. This is activating through my back. I'm working on activating the muscles of the left side of my back because my right side is really turned on. Like it really grabs hold. And so instead, I'm shifting some of the weight to the left side to see if I can get those muscles to turn on. Yep. I can feel it right through the front of my chest, through this side, and through the front. I feel like those muscles are very like scared to turn on because of the radiation. I've been nervous about using them. And I'm going to reach out to my physical therapist and see what her recommendation is. But I feel like I should be able to get back to normal lifting restrictions soon. but I am taking it easy. So I'm rotating over one of the legs. We're not going to come down over the top of the leg. Instead, we're going to turn toward the back, finding a deep twist. Your hands might come over the top of the leg if you'd like. And pressing the other hand, like the fingertips, into the mat, or maybe you're flat on your palm. For me, it's going to be up on my fingertips because I'm pressing into the mat to turn my body. And my belly is resisting. I'm using the muscles of my core to resist my body twisting. Activating through my obliques. I have some tension that's coming up on my left hip, which tells me that I need to press my hip down. And then I'm going to come over the top of my other leg. It's a big side bending position. You're opening up through that whole side of your body. I'm noticing some tension coming up in my right hip. So I'm going to come up. Oh, that feels really good. I'm just going to stay right here, and I'm actively working on pressing my left shoulder blade down. I felt it kind of clunk into place instead of gliding, which tells me I need to be doing some work, slow and controlled work in each of the positions, going through here and teaching these muscles how to activate. I'm going to do it with a band. I love band work for teaching the muscles how to work in, like, so that you can feel it. If you'd like to take the other side, you're welcome to, on that twisting position. I think I'm okay for today. So thank you so much for joining me.